Action!
Thousands of soldiers died in this shipwreck, 3 times more than on the Titanic, yet it is largely unknown. Silenced by the British government and lost in the chaos of war, it is a hidden tragedy. We wanted to help bring it back into public memory.
Lancastria is a live-action short movie based on true events. A lot of research was needed through historical archives, collecting photos and blueprints in order to understand what really happened. We also went to Saint-Nazaire and consulted experts to ensure an authentic experience to honor the victims correctly.
Before shooting, it was important to line on the artistic direction. So we created 2 key concepts and a supporting color script to ensure a clear, cohesive vision.
To finance the project, we made a crowdfunding. It enabled us to improve our skills in communications, pitchings and productions by engaging some industry's professionals.
To anticipate possible on-set issues, we created a tech viz using a raw scan of the boat and the shooting location. We included key camera data like position, tilt, lens and sensor size.
We found and fixed the boat, got military costume from the Second World War and brought a lot of extra. Fortunately, we had an incredible technical team with us from École 24. On set, I started backups and editing right away to save time later in post-production.
We chose the exterior rather than the studio to get natural lighting. We knew that the northern weather could be tricky, but we took the risk. We had to create the illusions at filming at sea. To do so, we used 2 sets, one on Dura lens with blue screens for control and realistic lighting, and another in the lake to capture all the shots in the ocean. We had every kind of weather on our shots, so, as a DP, I had to create a consistently cloudy lighting, working closely with the VFX supervisor to keep each shot coherent.
As a VFX supervisor, I defined the shot requirements, including match move, witness data, and HDRI. I collaborated with the DP on blue screen setups and oversaw data ingestion with the help of Loris.
Now that's a wrap, and we have all of our shots. 51 shots with heavy VFX. I had to make it doable in 7 months for a small team of 6 students. For that, I used the shot grid to plan all the tasks needed and made sure to have a clear follow-up all along the production.
Match moving was performed with the use of a 3D model of the fishing boat to accurately position a 3D camera. Despite the numerous tracking markers, the process was challenging due to handheld camera operation and the presence of a filter, which reduced the feather visibility.
The Lancastria is a massive asset, so it was a challenge. The trickiest part was the hull. To achieve a smooth surface, I used NURBS curves and then created the paneling in modeling. I textured the Lancastria in Mari. To ensure my Mari scene ran smoothly, I split the model by materials, allowing me more control in Noctev. Once the clean variant was approved, I created the bound variant by breaking the hull and added internal structure and debris for realism. I then added ash and burn material to convey damage.
Moreover, we did some procedural tools to be more efficient. One of them was really useful to create the mini ropes rigged on the ship.
For the props, I created an asset bank for William to scatter across the ship, allowing me to have a lighter model and a faster process.
To convey that the boat was actively in use, I dressed the decks with military grades, ropes and various props that emphasize its role as a repurposed ocean liner rescuing soldiers. I recreated 1940s Saint-Nazaire, focusing on the beach and pier, sculpting with high-field terrains for historical accuracy. I used OSM data to generate roads networks consisting on highways and unpaved roads. Finally, I customized buildings and vehicles with a weather look.
Given the oceanic settings, developing a high-quality spectrum was key. After searching for a lot of references, we developed several spectrums for wide shots as well as close-up ones. We also did some simulation with flip and for the white water around the ship in order to make the sinking believable.
I had to recreate the 4,000 soldiers on board using crowd simulation in Houdini. We first created an animation bank using keyframe animation and with the help of motion capture. Then I developed some tools to have more artistic control on the crowd. I also did a flip setup to simulate the water interaction of each agent.
Overall, we needed to optimize our scenes. So we relied on Axiom for fire, explosions and smoke simulations to iterate faster while maintaining high-quality results.
We created RBD and ragdoll setup to simulate the ropes breaking, bodies and props falling and floating on the water.
For the film's lighting, I started with the key shots since they set the mood and visual tone of each sequence. I relied on on-set data primarily for shots that require live action integration, ensuring the color and lighting were consistent across both elements.
The visual consistency was a bit of a challenge, so we frequently used relighting techniques to balance exposure and unify every shot.
The prep comp was challenging in terms of time and manpower, as all the shots required rotoscoping, cleanup and blue screen management.
So, to save time, we experimented with the AI tool to assist us on rotoscopy and cleanup, it enabling us to focus more on the project's creative aspect.
Marine environment is constantly changing, so finding consistent references was kinda challenging. We carefully fine-tuned the visual to enhance the cinematic quality ahead of the final color grading.
For the final image, we decided to do a bleach bypass process. It's often used in war movies such as Saving Private Ryan. It gives the image this contrasty look and reduces the saturation.
Thank you for watching our movie. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed creating it.